Defining value added to a product is when an organisation enhances a product or service before it becomes available to its customers. The best way to describe a value added product is when an organisation takes a product from a competitor and gives the product an add-on or a feature which enhances it to make the product more valuable. These illustrations show where value is added to a product.
Here shows an Apple MacBook Pro which has had value added to it through the production process of the product. The laptop originally comes on its own through production without any new features. But then before the product is released it is given a 1-year warranty. With this warranty, value is added to the product. Originally this product is just a plain t-shirt which has small value. But once a brand such as Diesel adds the world-famous logo, then the value increases. By adding a well-known logo which is known for quality, customers will pay more as they think they will receive more quality in the product they're buying. This illustration shows the value added through customer service given to customers. Clementines hold the same value throughout. But as Waitrose offer a great standard of customer service to the customers they are able to sell their clementines at a higher price compared to the competitors. Loyal customers will pay more for products if they know they will receive a high level of customer service from the business. Here, firstly, beekeepers will arrange uncapped frames above beehives so the bees can store any extra honey in which they create. The uncapped frames are then collected and placed into an extractor, which extracts the honey. This is then poured into jars. Putting the honey into the jar adds value, as nobody would collect the honey themselves, as it needs to be carried out by a specialist beekeeper.
Analysing the effects of adding value on job roles. Distribution manager. A distribution manager is responsible for the storage and distribution of goods within a business. The main role in which they have to implement to the company is to ensure goods are distributed to the right location on time and done with minimum expenditure. This role requires them to be heavily involved in stock control, monitoring the flow of goods and the warehousing of the products. A big way in which a distribution manager can add value to their job role is to be able to consistently deliver targets set and be able to deliver a route plan that proves to be successful. It is not uncommon for a distribution manager to make mistakes. Most mistakes will come from unforeseen circumstances, such as delivery being late to its destination due to bad weather, but it's how the distribution manager reacts to these circumstances that makes the difference. If a distribution manager was able to plan ahead before such happenings occurring and consistently deliver targets, this would be adding value to their job role. Every distributor will allow room for errors, but if no errors are ever made, it is adding value to the job role they hold. Administrator. Administrators are responsible for general office procedures and specific projects and tasks. The main job of an administrator is to communicate verbally and non-verbal communication throughout the business. There is a range of day-to-day tasks in which an administrator fulfills, including presenting, typing, word processing, emailing, letter writing, and arranging schedules for certain members of staff within the business. An administrator will see more of what goes through the business than most other employees of the business. This gives them the best opportunity to be able to produce creative ideas. For example, if there was a supplier of the business which was charging more than other suppliers for their services, the administrator could suggest new suppliers who could carry out the same job but for less money. By doing this, the administrator would be exceeding their job role by bringing new ideas to the business. Driver. The main job role in which a lorry driver has to carry out is to drive lorries to any destination they are required to go to and deliver goods. The driver will also be required to maintain radio contact with their business and obey current regulations. Inspections. Cleaning of the vehicle and securing the cargo are also day-to-day duties of a driver. A specific way in which a driver can add value to a distribution centre is if they were able to drive more than one specific vehicle. For example, if a driver could also hold a forklift licence and was able to assist warehouse employees in loading the vehicles, through the use of vehicles such as forklift trucks, then they would be going above their job role and adding value. Warehouse assistant. A warehouse colleague will undertake a number of duties in preparing loads for lorries to distribute around the country. A pick list will be given to them on a daily basis, in which then they have to pick the stock and load stock onto the lorry. Also, they will be responsible for load checks, record stock figures and follow any safety guidelines of the warehouse they are working in. The biggest way in which a warehouse assistant can add value to their job role is to learn something new weekly. An example of this could be an employee was to learn a new way of carrying out certain areas of their job more efficiently, and even creating a bigger understanding of the industry in which they work in, which may increase motivation to carry out their job quicker. Learning anything new that contributes to the business will add value to the job role of the warehouse assistant. Added value through working relationship in a supply chain. A good working relationship is vital within any organisation in any industry. If a working relationship is bad or unstable, it can be bad for business and the general working of the business. The best way to create an effective working relationship is to treat everyone within the workforce of the business with equality. For example, if a distribution manager was to treat each warehouse assistant with respect and value the work they do, the employee will take more pride in their work. Incentives are also effective within the workplace, such as a bonus. If employees have something to work towards that benefit them, they will naturally try harder. If a working relationship within a supply chain becomes strong, there are many advantages that could be created for all parties involved. If the relationship between a supplier and a manufacturer grows strong, financial and contractual advantages could be created for both. Here I'll be analysing the cross-functional nature of activities undertaken by employees in different job roles. Definition of job roles compared. Distribution manager. A distribution manager has a wide range of responsibilities that contribute to the success of a supply chain. The specific role in which a distribution manager undertakes is to ensure the right products are delivered to the right locations with minimal expenditure. All stages of the distribution process are controlled and monitored by the manager. Stock control, flow of goods and the warehousing of goods are directly managed by the distribution manager. Warehouse assistant. A warehouse assistant's main job role is to assist the distribution of products which go through a supply chain. General warehouse duties that are ordered by the distribution manager are tasks in which an assistant has to carry out. Tasks include loading and unloading lorries, control checks, record stock figures, follow safety guidelines and effectively communicate with fellow colleagues and managers. Similarities between job roles. The biggest similarity between a distribution manager and a warehouse assistant is that they both are working towards distribution of products. Both job roles involve gaining real-life experiences in distribution and an active role in making a supply chain effective. Not all duties are the same, but some areas of distribution are carried out within both job roles. Certain checks are completed by both manager and assistant. Stock checks are carried out by both parties. A pick list is usually given to a distribution manager, in which then the distribution manager breaks up the pick list into different departments. Once separated into different departments, the pick lists are given to a warehouse assistant, who will then pick the products on the pick list. This is a similarity in the job roles, as both roles involve the handling of a pick list. Differences in job roles. Huge differences of general tasks in which both job roles carry out show how different both job roles actually are. The biggest difference between the two is the power in which the distribution manager holds. The manager has the power to guide colleagues to achieve certain tasks set. An assistant has minimal power and cannot give orders to colleagues, but can only be given orders. The assistant has a job to perform, whereas a manager has the duty to supervise any work that is being undertaken. By having hierarchy within the distribution of products helps ensure too many similar roles are not being undertaken. For example, if everyone involved would try to offer guidance to each other, then there could cause confusion and mislead everyone involved. Managers need to be in place to ensure rules and procedures are followed. If rules and procedures are not followed, schedules can be effective and the successful distribution of products may not be achieved.